Let's stay in Canada, but move on. We've got Vanni Sartini's Vancouver
Your
Whitecaps in his
favorite
third
team.
year. In his third year, we've got him coming off a finish of ninth place in the West with 43 points. I've got him in a 3-4-2-1. You want to talk about fun formations? Vanni Sartini is a fun
Oh,
formation guy.
wow.
Right now, it's Thomas Asal in goal. They do have rumors out for some others, but I think he gets a spot. Javen Brown, Veselinovic, and Laborda, excuse me, as a center back three. Gressel, Kubas, Tybert, and Gutierrez in a 4-pack, with Caicedo and Ryan Gauld in the 2-pack, and Brian White, Red Bull legend, leading the line.
Interesting. I Firstly, I want to, well, you know what? Actually, I'll say it after I say its shape. I have them in a 4-2-3-1. I've got Hasal in goal, Jane Brown at right back, Tristan Blackman and Veselinovic at center backs, Luis Martins at left back, Tyber and Kubas in the midfield. I've got Pedro Vite, Ryan Gauld, Julian Gressel, and then Brian White up top.
Yeah, I
Not
think
what I
I
would
think
personally go with, but what I think that they will go with.
I think you see Gressel be more of a wing back properly. I think you see him more rather than a right winger, which is what I think is in your
What he
shape.
should be, but let's remember what team we're talking about here.
Yeah, let's remember that they played 3-4-2-1 20 times last year.
Yeah, but that was also when they had,
With Tristan Blackman playing right wing back.
but they also had Jake Nowinski and Florian Youngworth last year as options to play there. I don't love having Tristan Blackman and Javane Brown at center back.
Well,
I don't know
Tristan
if you
Blackman's
feel
not playing.
differently, but
Tristan Blackman would be a better center back, I think. But anyways, we move. Um, Give me their best edition.
Matthias Laborda.
Nice.
I mean, I will. Okay, so this is where I wanted to caveat by saying that I'll call it my VAR reinspection of their transfer window. It was abysmal. I was way too lenient on them, honestly. They were just like, how do you
Freeze,
this window
freeze,
was
freeze,
horrific for
freeze,
them.
freeze, freeze. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. A public apology. Andrew, I am sorry. I was so wrong and you were right. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Yes, you were absolutely right on this one. Um, I was way too lenient on them. I must have just got like lost in a couple of like C ratings, but they've lost a few players, a lot of, I would just say a lot of numbers in terms of players and a few, pretty good players, and they just added nothing. So yeah, I ended up on Matthias Laborda because I think he's the only one that's probably getting minutes this season.
Yeah. I'm so happy. That was um yeah, for me. Um well, I gotta double check something here. Do 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 do. Professional podcast. Oh, I need to change it. That sucks. I was gonna pick Julian Gressel, but he spent way too much time over there. I was thinking like he only spent a couple of games, and I was like, okay, I can get away with saying he's a new signing because um, they haven't really used him yet, but they did, and he was. I mean, they were terrible with him anyways. It doesn't matter. Um,
Just pick Matthias Laborda and let's
yeah,
move on.
that's the only other option, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much.
we'll move on. Yeah, we'll move on to their biggest loss, and it's Lucas Cavallini for me. They didn't have a great attack, but he was a big part of it. So
I went with Jake Nowinski. I don't think Nowinski was like a world beater or anything last year, but he's been with the team for a really long time, and gave them options at center back if they did want to go with the back three. I think that he was, at least in my opinion, a better option than probably Tristan Blackman. And I don't, me personally, I'd rather Javane Brown as a right back. But that being said, I think Nowinski gave him options in the back line. He was versatile. He was here for a long time. So that's who I went with.
cool. Talk to me about a player you're watching this year.
Oh, I forgot to pick somebody. That kind of sums up Vancouver, doesn't it?
All right, I'll tell you who I'm watching. You can think about
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Um, Greggy, our good friend Greg's got a son on this team. His name is Sebastian Berhalter. Um, as much as I love Greggy boy, I think Seb Berhalter is the more important Berhalter right now. I think
Wow.
I think he's got an ability because I don't think this Vancouver team is going to be good enough to have a consistent 11 for more than, I don't know, 3 games in a row. So I'm thinking that Sebastian Berhalter gets a lot of good minutes, and I think he could really jump his stock this season uh, if he dives in there.
All right. On the Berhalter hype train, I see.
Something like that.
I've gone with Pedro Vite. I genuinely have zero clue where they're going to play him because I literally saw him all over. He's listed as a center mid. I saw him played as a striker according to transfer market. I saw him play as a left wing. So I don't know. Did we find Julian Gressel 2.0? I mean, it's a possibility, but I have him in my starting 11. What?
All I'm saying is he better get ready for warm weather because if that's the case, then Ben Olsen's coming knocking.
Oh yeah, for sure. He should have just been if he waited a little bit longer, he could have been Vancouver's coach, and then he could have had Julian Gressel.
And Pedro Vite, it would have been
Yeah,
a
and he's
fever
got
dream.
Tristan Blackman playing as a center back and Javane Brown playing as a center back. I mean, this is his ideal team. Anyway,
Ask a
anyway,
question.
I've gone I've gone Pedro Vite. He's 20 years old. He's in my starting 11. I don't know. Nobody's breaking out from this team. They suck.
Ask a question.
Uh, Vancouver fans, do you think your club is trying hard enough to win?
I don't know. Let's ask the guy who called them out last week. I don't know. Jeez.
Well, you're not a Vancouver fan. I'm not asking you.
I love Vancouver. I'm gonna get my Vancouver scarf. Up the
You have a Vancouver scarf?
Whitecaps. Well, um, if you want to know all about what we think about Vancouver, I forgot to write a question down.
Oh boy. Wow,
So
we're doing great.
enemies
We
of
really
the
just
pod.
didn't care about Vancouver, did we?
Enemies of the pod, Vancouver.
Yeah, I honestly I don't
Um,
blame them.
my one question, is Brian White the guy? Is he the guy to lead this line for 3,000 minutes this year? I'm gonna say no because Red Bull makes
What
the
other
world
choice
takes
do you have?
the world never succeeds. But yeah, there's really no choice, is there?